Alright, so how y'all doing, boys? Hope you're doing well. Now in today's video, back over to Ungeared PvP again. I know it's not something I usually do, but I mean, considering this team, these units particularly, aren't units I have super well built out, probably the best time to do it. As you can see, we don't even have the Estarossa Super Awakening 6, and you know, all these characters being those kind of taunt stance characters, they usually work really well in Ungeared PvP. So this is the team I'm using today. I did actually record this video. I've already recorded this video once before in Geared. I did that yesterday and just wasn't happy with how the video turned out. So we're trying again today, you know, mainly trying to see if we can get some just absolutely crazy stalling, just trying to get some good ultimates off with these characters. All of them, all the frontline units at least are 6/6 except for the Terry is 4/6, but if you guys don't know what Terry does, his first card here is the Ult Gauge Depletion card, same as Tarmiel or Green Merlin. His second card here is the Stance, assumes a stance for 2 turns, which increases damage dealt by 50% and inflicts damage equal to 450% of attack via counter when an ally is attacked. So really good card. We'll see plenty of that in this video. The ultimate here inflicts power strike damage equal to 637% of attack on all enemies. The passive at the start of ally's turn in PvP applies an effect on the enemy with the highest remaining HP, which decreases all stats by 20% for 1 turn. So due to the fact that Barn is probably the best unit in the game at the moment, especially for PvP, really helps kind of counter him in that sense. So real good unit to run. And the Holy Relic, when using a stance skill, the hero removes all debuffs from himself and increases all stats by 20% for 2 turns. And that 20% can infinitely stack basically. So let's say you have 2 turns and you have 6 counters, you can use all of those and just get an insane amount of just everything on Terry. But as you guys saw, the Holy Relic already does cleanse, but when we're looking at the Tarmiel and Chandler, we have got the Estarossa to kind of support them with his passive. Allies have their debuffs removed when using stance skills and gain debuff immunity for 2 turns. This also really helps out with kind of those Kyo teams that, you know, we have been seeing a lot more as of recent due to the fact this is the collaboration. But yeah, once again, this is the team we're using today, and let's jump right into it. And let's see our first opponent, and my oh my, what is this? A Rem Excalibur, that might be regular Arthur, and Gotha team. This is definitely something we're not used to seeing. What do I even want to go for in this first turn? We'll disable the Gotha, merge these two, and I mean, he's not going to be throwing any like super strong cards this first turn. I think I might chuck up the Chandler Taunt just because it's probably the least valuable out of the two. In saying that, it might be Tarmiel's just due to the fact that it doesn't look like it has any super crazy damage dealers other than Rem, but if we don't let her build up, you know, those cards, we should be fine. Let's see though, definitely looks to be a real player though from the time waited and whatnot. Damn, I really wish there were more teams like this in Geared PvP. I mean, look, we're first match into the video and we're already seeing stuff like this, and that's probably not going to do. Never mind, I take it back. That was a lot more damage than expected. Yeah, look at that. Chandler just, these kind of counter units just absolutely tear up inside Ungeared. And, ooh, I'd really like to disable the Gotha there, but I mean, due to the fact we have debuff immunity, you don't really have to worry about the attack disable. I think I might just go for this instead. Obviously, you know, having the Tarmiel stance does reduce how much damage Chandler's taking, therefore he will do less damage, but in saying that, we're off to a pretty good start, I would say here. Unless he buffs up the Arthur and goes for like the buff card and tries to get some damage reduction, I don't think there's any way he's going to survive this Tarmiel ultimate. It's just not going to happen. Although this is like, definitely back in the day, this was like a very meta team. Use this with like a red Escanor when he came out, and you were cracked. You were winning. Actually, at that point in Ungeared, the mono red team, it was absolutely unbeatable. And here we see it, the Arthur buff going up. Can it tank the full power of the Tarmiel ultimate? Let's see. 1, 2, and I think we'll just chuck out the Terry card, why not? Let's see, chucking out the taunt as well beforehand so we get extra damage on the single target. And there we go, just managing to survive there. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's in a terrible spot and no merges from that one there, so I don't think there's an awful lot he can do. We do have the Chandler ultimate as well, which will easily finish everyone off, but can we get a forfeit first match into the video? That's kind of what we're hoping for here. One thing as well with these kind of like counter teams is, especially in Geared PvP where you're wanting to use these characters with HP defense gear, sometimes if you don't get the kill with the ultimates, and like in saying that, it's like a very high possibility, characters like Margaret and Bum with their Breath of Blessing gift cards can become insanely tanky. It's ridiculous. Let's see though. 1, 2, and we'll just chuck this out, why not? I can imagine the Chandler will kill here. We actually just recently 6-6'd our Chandler, and I Super Awakening 6'd him as well for yesterday's showcase, but that video doesn't exist anymore, and there we go, we got the forfeit. And here we go, a Escanor Barn team, a little bit lower CC. I mean, it is a Barn team, so that is to be expected, and I feel as if though Terry's built just the same as Barn, where he must have the like heaviest card rate in the game. Like, the chances of you getting one of his cards is next to zero. It is almost impossible, and I think we might actually go for... What do we want to go for in this first time? I think I might just chuck out a Ult Gauge Depletion card amount just to get rid of it. I mean, I probably could have gone for the Terry one there to try and maybe see if I can rush the Terry ultimate off instead, but it's whatever, no big deal. Just because I feel as if though he's not going to be chucking out any like attack cards in this first turn, we'll hold on to the stances for another turn. Let's see though, there's chucking out the gift card with the, you know, the fact that we... That's only one thing though, when versing bots, and oh my, that was not a lot of damage from Barn. Complete opposite Fresnel though. When versing bots, they just do not pick up on some like the block effects and whatnot, and like the Ludo Grace, it's completely oblivious to it, but I think we'll chuck out another one of these on Barn there, rushing the Chandler ultimate as well. I'd like him to attack into us a little bit. Hopefully we get some nice counter damage off, but I'm really trying to save these Terry counters for a turn where I can get like 2 or 3 of them. I feel like that'd be really nice. Granted, we don't have any Gotha to try and like, you know, get any stacks on his Holy Relic and have the level 3 counter up, which is like the ideal scenario. I still realize, like, I still feel we could get some crazy damage off with the level 1 counters alone. Let's say getting the counter off on Escanor there. What do we want to go for? We'll go 1 merge use there just for the sake of it, and I think I'll chuck up a Terry Taunt, why not? Divert some damage, get some damage off with him, we can see what the 1-star counter does, considering, you know, we haven't drawn any in these 2 matches at all, so get that one up there. A little bit of damage from Chandler is always nice. And yeah, still no Terry counters. This is going to be one hell of a showcase if we don't get any. It's quite unfortunate. That's right, I really don't think Barn could survive here. Even with like a level 3 gift card, he's just done for. Like, they made Tarmiel so well, and like, such a unique unit in the way that you build his gear and everything, and yeah, with it only being level 1 and the Nameless Dance card being super strong, I knew we weren't going to get a lot of value out of that one there. We'll throw these out though, and that should be this one done. I mean, Barely Bursty team, a lot better, and I mean a lot better in Ungeared, and are we gonna have to tank a full Barn ultimate to the face? Please. Oh, I should have used the Tarmiel card first. That's alright, I suppose. We can take the Barn ultimate to the face. I mean, Arthur's dead, which definitely, you know, stops a lot of Barn's damage, but he does still have that gift effect up, and the Twiggo's still alive. And look at that, still no more Terry counters. This is gonna be a prime beauty. Watch me get through all these 5 matches and draw like a handful of counters. It's just the way it's gonna be, but watching this ultimate go off here, and let's get into the next match. Completely forgot as well until the end of that match that the Tarmiel ultimate heals a portion of the damage done, and I mean, what a strong character to say the least. I'm definitely glad we got the extra Dragon Claws off in this match. What do we want to go for? I definitely want to keep him out of the picture. We'll throw these 2 out as well. If we can't get extra Terry counters, why not? We'll just draw the single target like Ult Gauge Depletion cards, and we'll see if we can rush his ultimates that way. Probably not best having him in first slot if we're wanting to get those merges, but it is what it is. Watch us sail this now and then actually get one of the counters. Super laggy there as well, and there we go. There it is. We can easily rush his ultimate this next turn as well, and it'll help us remove the ignites from KO there. I mean, this team's definitely going to do a good job of versing the, you know, one we're versing at the moment. Was kind of hoping he'd throw out that Jack of Light card and forget about the block effect. And is that a Iori ultimate I see? No, okay. That's alright. We'll go merge these 2 if it wants to load. God damn, that was laggy to say the least. 2, and we'll I guess I'll chuck it on Iori. He has the most ultimate gauge as well. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We still have plenty more Ult Gauge Depletion cards, and he doesn't have any taunts or anything, so it's not something we have to super worry about. And look at that. Granted, you know, we did have the 20% boost from the Holy Relic, but 2-star card doing almost half of Iori's health, and if he can't remove this one... Oh, actually, if he has the 2-star Jack of Light card... Oh no, but we get the debuff immunity as well. Please use the Jack of Light card. Please use the 2-star Jack of Light card and just absolutely troll this man. Unfortunately as well, due to the fact this is ungeared, we don't get our attack crit damage set, and I completely forgot about the fact Gotha had the alt gauge removal there on high alt levels. That's alright. Well, yeah, no, he forfeited anyways, there was no way I was winning. Was kind of hoping that match would kind of go on for a little bit longer. I definitely felt as if though that was a match where we could easily get off that Terry ultimate. Let's see though. Really glad we... Not a super strong start from us in all honesty. Well, do I want to go for this? I think I might just throw out this one for the first turn. I don't think anything super strong is going to get thrown out, but I'm kind of thinking if we can not have the Arc Shield card up for when we get hit on Chandler, we can take a little bit more of that damage and get, you know, a lot more in return. Let's see though. What's he going to go for this first turn? I'm guessing this is... I mean, unless it's just a player that doesn't know what they're doing, it's definitely a button. However, although I say that, like, I still have so many players when using characters like Mark II Valenti and whatnot, where I throw the single target card out and they still like do the misplay and throw out buffs and whatnot. I don't know if it's just me, but what do I want to go for here? We'll go, I don't have any more block cards, which is unfortunate. We'll go 1, 2, and 3, why not? These last for only one turn. I probably should have held on to an extra one of those. That's alright. Throw that one up there and let's see it. No taunt, so he can really go for whoever he wants here. Probably best to go for Chandler or someone, but let's see. Not like he can petrify anyone either here. 2 extra draw cards. There's no way this is a real player. I mean, if that's another... Okay. There's a strong chance this is a real player. Buffing up his Margaret there, although that looked like a stupid play. If you guys know what Margaret's passive is, that was definitely a good option. Well, 1, 2, I'll kind of just throw out use again. Just keep these counters up until we can get the Tamiyo ultimate off. I didn't actually pay attention to any of those were 2 stars or not. If not, we can kind of remove Margaret ultimates as we go. We're pretty good here. He can't do any alt gauge removal, especially with the Estarossa in the back. It really helps us with those dissolve cards. Did you just attack into a Chandler with... I'm actually so confused on whether or not this is a real player or not. Because using the multiple taunt cards in the one turn is like a very real player thing to do. And he probably put that one on Chandler there and thought he was going to attack someone else, so... Let's see, I'll throw out those cards there. Probably should have got the merger on the Tamiyo cards, but it's whatever. The ultimate here will probably kill anyways. Or it'll at least kill draw, so... Go for... Oh. I was kind of hoping that would go for the Margaret as well, and swapping places, that was some terrible play by the auto there. And an Escanor in the back. We do have the 2 Chandler counters, so if we could hit a nasty crit on our Chandler and we could have him survive, that'd be some juicy damage in return. Let's see, they're only applying on the Terry there. And finally, the level 3 Margaret AoE that just held on to basically the entire match. And another one. Okay, Terry's getting fairly low here. I mean, we're not going to get a whole lot of use out of him. He only has like the 1 card. Let's see. I definitely want you dead. Everyone else here is kind of whatever. Just mainly to stop Escanor from buffing up. I feel as if that's our best bet. I mean, don't get me wrong, he only has the 1-star cards. And Margaret's still alive. Okay, as long as Chandler doesn't die here, we could get some crazy damage off. But 1 flood card from Escanor, and I think that'll just about do it for him. Never mind, we're holding in. Not a crazy amount of lifesteal either, and that's also going to leave... Oh no, that's going to leave Chandler dead, never mind. Yeah. I honestly thought we'd win that with the Tamiyo ultimate, just straight up throw that one out there and get it done, but... I mean, did I forget to have the Arc Shield card up? Because that was a little disappointing, his damage there in all honesty. That's alright though, let's just get up to the final match. And our final opponent is a full collaboration team. I mean, I haven't seen this team. I've heard though that Iori is super good with the Gem Hopper, so I might have to try that out in future, but I mean, we're not going to get a crazy amount of use out of the Dragon Claw effect, so we'll chuck these 2 out for the first turn here. And with the fact that we're stopping all of the Ignites from coming out, completely stopping Kyo's passive, which then in turn buffs Iori, makes Iori super strong. And I mean, if the direct hit went for anyone else there, we could also completely stop Gem Hopper. So the second I get this Terry counter up as well, and we can kind of just recycle and keep reusing Estarossa's passive, the debuff immunity, we're pretty much going to be set against this team. Let's see though, we'll put up with this one here, go 2, and we'll throw out the alt gauge depletion. I mean, Granted, he does have the Audacious Bleach card of his own on the Gem Hopper. I do believe that's what his single target card is. It's been a little while, but oh my, that was far more damage than I expected on Kyo. You see, how is his single target card doing that much in his ultimates? Like, not even team wiping. Maybe he's just aged a little bit and I have higher expectations in him than I should have, but he's still an insanely good unit. I mean, you could call any of like the Archangels like slightly aged and whatnot, but the second you realize that you can use them as association and get like half of the unit as an association still in use, like they're still crazy good and like a character you should definitely have built up, although they're not crazy frontline units anymore, or at least like super meta breaking, they're still crazily good. Let's see though, I think I might go for, just chuck that one out and you there. I'm thinking these two might actually kill the Kyo if the Tarmiel keeps it up with that crazy damage. Granted, the 1-star card, yeah, is a lot weaker, and we got the forfeit. I might do one more match, in all honesty. Final opponent, take 2, and goddamn, look at that Gotha Holy Relic, and definitely a real player as well from the CC. And finally, we got an extra Terry counter, the unheard of starting turn. I mean, granted, it could be a little bit better. We could have got the merge on the single target, but let's see here. No Holy Relic on Escanor, that is to be expected. Personally, I reckon if you got the once Holy Relic, it was just a little bit of a bad choice, but that's alright. Throwing out these on the Chandler, definitely getting the Chandler low as your starting turn is your strongest bet. And throwing out that one there. Okay, I really don't think Chandler can survive anything here, but I'm gonna play this next turn as if he's gonna survive at least one hit, so go like this, quickly throw out those two there, and stop the Margaret from... I mean, granted, we probably could have stopped Gotha instead, trying to like rank up Escanor and Margaret. That was probably a safer bet, but I really just don't want him to be able to get the Breath of Bless up. So granted, you know, if we had gone for the Gotha as well, he could have just cleansed it with the Breath of Bless card. It's still crazy to think they gave that buff card the cleanse effect on 1-star. Like, that is just ridiculous to me. Maybe that's just me being so used to like how old units are built and just power creep being ridiculous, but let's see there. Buffing up the Margaret as expected. And what do we want to go for? We'll go 1, 2, and 3. Why not? Remove that one. He can't get any merges or anything, which is really nice. And I think if he tries to attack into us at all here, the Terry could do some mean damage, but can we please get another counter in this next turn for Terry? Would be lovely. My lag's really kicking in. Oh, gorgeous. Would you look at that? I highly doubt Chandler's going to survive here, especially since the Terry counter doesn't actually provide any damage resistance to them. And there's the 3-star Breath of Bless coming up, and he's using an Escanor card, so yeah, that's going to be a lot of lifesteal as well, and only 12,000. That's what I mean by like units like, don't get me wrong, Terry and Sariel and Escanor and all that, and crazy good units, but nothing is really comparing to Margaret, Gotha, and Barn at the moment. Like, there is just not much I can do here. I mean, we'll go for the, we'll rush the 2 ultimates, we'll chuck up this extra counter. We've got what, 60% damage reduction, HP, damage, all of that sort on Terry, and we'll put up that one there as well. So we do get the damage reduction. No, we can remove our ultimates, and I'm hoping with that we can wipe it. Granted, he does still have the Breath of Bless up, which is a whole lot of damage reduction, but let's see if we could get another Terry counter. That would have been lovely. Let's see, can he kill us with Margaret here? There's definitely a strong chance. That's a level 3, and Tarmiel helping out a whole bunch. He's probably gonna take a chunk of damage after this. Honestly, not terrible. I was really disappointed in how much damage he did to Escanor there. Quite happy I did this last match though. Please don't die, Tarmiel. Just surviving, please. Perfect. And okay, never mind. We lose the Tarmiel. That's okay. Come on. If we could just draw one more Terry counter, that's all I need. One good ultimate to finish the video, and that's okay. We'll... I mean, regardless here we lose, we'll throw off the ultimate here. Level 3 Breath of Bless, reducing Terrige's damage, and what can we do? 107. Super close. If item 6-6, we would have got the just complete team wipe there. I probably should have gone for Margaret as well, but that's alright. Let's wrap up the video. There we go, and that just about does it for today's showcase. I mean, hey, super happy with how the team actually went in Ungeared. So much better than what it did in Geared. I was super disappointed in them. Maybe it's just cause of the fact that all their UI sets are really like janky and not my most like developed characters, but hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please hit the like button, subscribe. Really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.